Hey people, what's up? I've been sick for like a week and a half now, and I apologize for this whole like sick face voice thing we have going on, but we're gonna get through it together. And I figured a sad, like emotional guitar type beat would be the perfect thing to mirror my inner feelings. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw that together and show you a couple tricks along the way, hopefully. And as always, please like, subscribe, share, all that stuff. Really helps my channel out immensely. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And let's get into the tutorial. Okay, so we're starting off at 140 BPM. I'm going to draw in a 4-bar empty MIDI clip here. And I'm going to use the Native Instruments Electric Sunburst here to create some simple chords. And this sounds horrible right off the bat, but we will fix that. So simple C minor triad, I'm going to invert that middle note and bring it up an octave, and then I'm going to drag these back and just arpeggiate this chord like this. Okay, like most important part of making this melody sound nice and realistic is dragging these velocities way down, and it's going to make it sound much more pleasant, less harsh. And that already sounds like 100 times better. So I'm going to copy that same chord over and take it down one. And both the top and bottom notes are going to go have that nice descending melody and keep that middle note the same. Sounds nice. We're going to do that one more time. So we have this nice descending progression. And I'm leaving this with a lot of space between the notes and not making it too busy because I want to add a top line melody in just a second. So I'm just going to add some simple EQ to this real quick. Some nice spacious reverb. And I'm just going to copy this out to 8 bars so I have a bit of a loop going. And I'm just going to record in a top line melody. So those blue notes are the melody I recorded on my MIDI keyboard. And I'm just going to fix that velocity real quick, but a really easy way to make a nice melody is to follow along with the chords you already have and either play the same notes or notes that harmonize with them. So I'm just adding some EQ, cutting all the lows, damping those highs a bit, and I'm going to add the same reverb as the guitar chords so they mesh together. So this next trick is one of my favorite things to do to add more texture and ambience to my melodies. So what I've done is I've put Portal right on my guitar chords, and I have it set to 100% wet, which is a really important part for this one. And so let me solo this, and this is how it sounds. Super lush, ambient, spacey, sounds great. I think the only thing I might want to do is I'm going to turn the reverb up just a little bit so it has more of a sustained pad sound, which is what I'm going for. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit because I still want some of that guitar texture coming through. And what I'm going to do after this is I'm going to add an audio track and resample this so it's in its own track. Okay, so the cool thing about having this on its own track is now you can add a bunch of effects to this as well. So I just have some EQ, really cutting those highs and lows as well, and some harsh frequencies right there. Next I've added Valhalla Supermassive to make it even kind of more washed out and spacey. Shaper Box 3 to give it a little bit of width and a little bit more texture. And lastly, Thermal for even more texture. And this is what it sounds like with all of those effects put on it. And here's how it sounds together with the melody. All right, let's add some drums. Adjusting some of the velocities on this kick. So I've just dragged my kick pattern up to my 808, and that's usually a good starting point for me for an 808 pattern. And I'm just going to fix the notes so they match my chord progression to get up an octave. Add some stuff, add some glides as well. Just going to have that come up and hit there and then come back down. And one more glide at the end here as well. So I just found some empty spots in the drums and added that little percussion in there. And the last thing I've done is found this vocal from Arcade. So all I did was I chopped it up into different sections and pitched it up an octave. I gave it a really narrow EQ, cutting off all the highs and the lows to kind of tuck it into the background. Give it a really slight amount of compression. Some shaper box to give it stereo width and panning. And that same Valhalla vintage verb to fit it in with the rest of the mix. Alright, let's listen to the whole thing. So we're starting off with just those simple guitar chords and that really lush pad that we made with Portal. And I have a reverse crash leading into the drop. We have pretty much everything playing here in the hook. In the second half, we have that vocal come in. And that clap drop out for a second. Now this one's really simple, but it just has really good bounce to it. Then kind of a little pre-hook here. Drop out those drums. And back into the hook again. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed this, as always, please remember like, subscribe, share. Very much appreciated, and I'll see you guys in the next one.